The Clockmaker's Curse. In the heart of the mist-veiled town of Everharrow, where cobbled streets twisted like tangled yarn and gas lamps flickered even at midday, lived a man known only as the Clockmaker. His workshop sat at the end of Hollow Lane, a crooked alley where the wind always seemed to whisper secrets. The Clockmaker was a wiry man with spectacles perched on the end of his nose and fingers stained with brass polish and oil. His hair, once a deep chestnut, had silvered with age, though his hands remained steady as they worked the delicate cogs and wheels of his craft. His creations were marvels, clocks that sang in the voice of lost loved ones, watches that counted down to moments of great joy, and grand timepieces that could slow time for those who could afford the price. But his most guarded secret was the heart of time, a clock so intricate and powerful that it did not merely track time, it commanded it. Built in his youth, powered by a sliver of meteorite and his own blood, it was said to hold the very essence of his soul. He kept it hidden behind an iron door, beneath the floorboards of his workshop, where even the dust dared not gather. For decades, he lived a quiet life, creating timepieces for Everharrow's wealthy and desperate alike. He asked no questions of his clients, though their requests often danced on the edge of morality. One man wanted a clock that would steal seconds from his enemies and add them to his own life. A grieving mother begged for a locket watch that would replay her daughter's laughter every morning. A gambler sought a pocket watch that would slow time just long enough for him to change a losing hand. The Clockmaker made them all, though each time, his hands felt a little heavier, and his dreams grew darker. The arrival of Lord Dorian Voss. It was on a rain-soaked autumn night, when the gas lamps hissed and sputtered against the wind, that Lord Dorian Voss arrived. He was tall and gaunt, with skin like old parchment and eyes the color of rusted iron. His clothes were fine, though strangely out of fashion, a high-collared coat, embroidered gloves, and boots polished to a mirror shine. His voice was smooth but cold, like a knife gliding through silk. "I hear you make wonders, Clockmaker," Dorian said, his lips curving into a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "I seek a clock that does not count the seconds forward but backward, to a specific moment." The Clockmaker studied him carefully. He had heard such requests before, but this man's presence felt different, heavy, oppressive, as though the room itself leaned away from him. "And what moment might that be, my lord?" the Clockmaker asked cautiously. Dorian's eyes flickered. "The moment death first touched me. I wish to undo it." The Clockmaker hesitated. Time was a stubborn thing. To reverse it completely was not only impossible, it was unnatural. Dangerous. "I cannot," he said finally. Dorian's smile vanished. His voice lowered to a dangerous whisper. "You can. And you will. I know of the heart of time." The Clockmaker's heart seized. Few knew of the heart's existence, and none who did were still alive to speak of it. "If you refuse me," Dorian continued, "I will ensure you suffer 1,000 lifetimes within a single second."